Welcome to Breakup Cheater, where real stories meet raw emotion. If you're into gripping relationship drama, emotional journeys, and stories that make you question everything, please like this video and subscribe to Breakup Cheater. Now let's dive into today's story. A tale of love, loyalty, betrayal, and consequences. My name is Jacob, but my friends call me Jay. I met my wife Trisha a little over 5 years ago, shortly after I got out of the Marines. We just celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary last month. During my time in the Marines, I got deep into weight training and self-defense. I even spent my last year as a drill instructor, pushing recruits to become the best versions of themselves. It was fulfilling, but I knew I wasn't a lifer. I had bigger plans. When I returned to civilian life, I used my savings to start a gym and personal training business. Took off faster than I expected. My dedication, my discipline, and yes, my physique helped a lot. I'm 6 feet 4 inches and 255 pounds of solid muscle, so I was a walking billboard for what I preached. Helping people transform their bodies and their confidence became my mission. That's when Trisha came into my life. She was the younger sister of one of my clients. We hit it off immediately. Me, the tall, muscular ex-Marine. Her, this petite, innocent-looking woman barely 5 feet 4 inches and 110 pounds soaking wet. I was 26, she was 22. She wasn't into fitness, but we connected on every other level. And eventually, friendship turned to love. Love became marriage. Trisha was everything I ever wanted. Sweet, loyal, fun. She lit up every room she walked into, and in the bedroom, let's just say, she was uninhibited in all the right ways. I loved her with all my heart, and I thought she felt the same. Being in the fitness business, temptation is constant. Women flirt, test boundaries, some even try to cross the line. I've had to turn down more offers than I care to count. And unfortunately, some of those rejections turned into threats. False accusations can ruin a man's life and business. So I installed security cameras all over the gym, not just for safety but to protect myself legally. I even gave Trisha access so she could check in on me anytime. I wanted her to know I had nothing to hide. Financially, we were doing well. My business was thriving, and Trisha worked as a real estate agent to bring in extra income. We were solid, at least I thought we were. Then came last Sunday. We were relaxing in the living room after dinner, sipping wine. Trisha was being extra playful, laughing, sitting on my lap, kissing my face. I loved it. She made me feel special when she acted like that. But what came next? I never saw it coming. She gently ran her fingers through my hair and gave me that smile, the one that usually melted my heart. "Sweetheart," she said softly, "Brian from the office is taking me out to dinner next Friday. You're okay with that, right?" First I laughed. Thought it was a joke. When I didn't respond, she said again, "You don't mind, right?" My heart sank. "Trisha, what are you asking me?" She tilted her head, still smiling. "Brian asked me out and I kind of said yes. Just dinner. Maybe a movie." I was stunned. I could barely process it. "So, you're asking for my permission to go out on a date with another man?" "Yes." She shook her head, still trying to downplay it. "It's not a date. Just dinner with someone I enjoy spending time with. He's funny. He makes me feel good." "Trisha," I said, trying to keep calm, "you do realize that sounds exactly like a date." She insisted it wasn't romantic. Said she didn't feel anything for him. Said she loved me. But she'd already accepted his invitation. I sat there for a moment, then calmly reached for my phone. With Trisha still on my lap, I dialed the number of a woman named Angel, one of my clients who'd been flirting with me for months. "Hey Angel," I said. "It's Jay. Just wondering if your offer for Friday night is still open." "It is." "Great. My wife just let me know she wants an open marriage, so you came to mind. Let's make it happen." Trisha froze. "Who's Angel?" she snapped. "One of my clients," I said. "She makes me laugh. So we're going out Friday, just like you and Brian." She flew off my lap, furious. "You're cheating on me." I looked her dead in the eyes. "But it's okay when you do it. Why the double standard?" Trisha was crying now, yelling that I was being unfair. I calmly told her, "This is your choice. You said yes to him without even asking me. You hurt me. You broke the rules of our marriage. So now we're both going out Friday night. What happens next? We'll deal with after." I told her I'd be sleeping in the guest room, and there would be no intimacy between us until we figured things out. We would start counseling. But I made one thing crystal clear. This was her doing. That night, she cried herself to sleep. The next day, her sister Helen called me. "Jay, are you really going out with another woman this week?" "Yes, Helen. Your sister made her choice." I'm simply responding. Helen admitted she didn't know the full story, and once I laid it out, she understood. She said she'd talked to Trisha. Later that day, Trisha apologized. Said she was canceling her date. Said she didn't want anyone else. But it was too late to backpedal. I told her I was still going out with Angel. I needed to even the playing field. Friday came. Trisha dressed up nicely, but not too sexy. That gave me a sliver of hope. She was clearly nervous about meeting Angel. When Angel arrived, her jaw dropped. Angel was tall, 5 feet 10 inches. Fit, gorgeous and confident. The opposite of Trisha in every way. And that's when it hit her. The pain she inflicted was now real. What would you do if your spouse casually asked to go out with someone else? Would you forgive, fight back, or walk away? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this story gripping, please like and subscribe to Breakup Cheater Real Stories. Real people, real consequences. Stay tuned for the next one. I recently discovered something that's been bothering me deeply. While going through some old messages, I found out that my boyfriend had been chatting with his ex during the first month of our relationship, something he never told me about. When I confronted him, he brushed it off and claimed he couldn't even remember why he said the things he did in those messages. One message in particular really stuck with me. He had called his ex hot, and when I asked about it, he told me he was just being sarcastic. He said his ex wasn't dumb enough to take it seriously, unlike me. That comment stung. Not just because of what he said about her, but because of how he dismissed my feelings and called me dumb in the process, even if indirectly. At the time, I didn't know how to process any of it. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I felt confused, hurt, and honestly, kind of lost. So I'm ranting here on Reddit because I still don't really know what to do. We're still together. He lets me check his accounts if I ask, and he tries to reassure me, but something still feels off. He has a ton of girls following him on social media, which made me uncomfortable. When I asked him to unfriend them instead of doing that, he deleted his account and created a brand new one. He said it was to help stop me from overthinking. Maybe he thought that was a solution, but it just made things feel more suspicious, like he was trying to cover something up instead of being transparent. I'm trying to trust him, but my gut keeps telling me that something isn't right. I can't tell if I'm being paranoid or if I'm ignoring red flags. I just wish I had more clarity, because this uneasy feeling is eating away at me. I don't want to accuse him without proof, but I also don't want to keep pretending I'm okay when I'm not. Any advice or perspective would really help.